We have with us Mr. Manoj Nambiar, Associate Director, Springer Healthcare. Mr. Nambiar, welcome. What are your first views about this initiative, game initiative? Probably this is the first time you're coming for this initiative. So, what is your first-hand, offhand feel about it? And how do you think such initiatives would impact the Indian CMA ecosystem?
I think this game initiative in India is very good. Sorry, I've been following this game initiative in the Europe and many parts of the world, and globally, my organization does a lot of work with various CME stakeholders across the globe. I think it's a very good initiative, and I think the idea of bringing all the stakeholders into the meeting is one of the most vital important thing that has to be done, because what happens is you can't sit aloof from the various stakeholders like the pharma, the Medical Council of India, and as well as the CME providers. If all of them do not come together, then the program or the execution does not become a success.
And as Medcom or medical communication agencies, we being a very integral part or the intermediators, how do you think what changes do we foresee or do we think should happen in the Indian CME ecosystem would actually probably help in a future?
I think the first step that which we are already doing is that science has to be the integral part of any CME, and it should not be to promote any particular drug, but it has to be science that forms the basis of any CME. And like Sanjeev Nagul mentioned, that if you give a good quality CME, then participants would come in.
And one last question would be, what are your expectations from GAME, in terms of these initiatives? So what are your expectations from such initiatives?
The expectation would be to draw a clear line between CME and the various stakeholders, so that like Dr. Rishikesh Pai mentioned, there is a confusion whether we are crossing any line because MCI comes with a certain guidelines. That should not be the scenario. The scenario should be that the game and such workshops or CME, such events should set a proper guideline as to who should be the service provider and what are the things they can do and what they should not do. And as far as the pharma funding is there, it should be clearly mentioned that there is a pharma funding for this project. And the content should be independently vetted by senior clinicians who understand the subject area.
Thank you so much. Thank you.